Hello everyone, my name is Harsh Tyagi and today I will be walking you through one of the full stack application that I have built called MoodCanvas. So it is a Pinterest inspired application that I have architectured using React on the front end and Spring Boot microservices on the backend. And the goal of this MoodCanvas is to provide users with a seamless, scalable platform to discover, save, and interact with visual content such as these images. And here we are calling each of these posts as a pin. So the system is designed for modularity, fault isolation, and scalability using microservices. Now let's break down the core components of the system and let's see how they interact. So let's go over the architecture overview for this full complete application. So the smooth canvas is composed of 6 different microservices. Uh, One of them is the gateway. Let's take a look at it first. So it is the very initial point of our application from which each and every request would get entered. So we have configured JWT-based authentication. So this class is particularly having all of the validation that it will be doing. We have the auth filter so that each and every request would be getting authorized to proper token. And next up, we've also configured load balancers, but as of now, we are just using only single instances. Now let's take a look at the router validator class. So yeah, here we have kept few endpoints as open so that user would be able to make a call on it. APIs like a register, login, searching through all pins. We have also kept searching through all of these posts as an open endpoint. So user would be able to call these API and these applications. The search functionality would also be enabled even if the user has not logged in. Yeah, so next up we have base domains. So here we have configured one DTO object. So in my case, it is like event. So this event is being used by 2 different microservices. So I have kept it in another as a base domains, which will be commonly used by different. It is a shared library that house common DTOs. So it enables cross-service consistency and reusability. It is storing values like whether user has liked the event or not, and like the post will be having some pin id and the user email who has triggered that particular event. So this is being listened at the analytics ms microservice, and from there we are making the publisher call. So wherever this event would get subscribed, it would be uh, the act accordingly. So whenever a user uh, hits this API by the name of has liked, whenever the user like or dislike the post, the result would get saved in this particular uh, DTO object, and the same would get uh, transferred uh, to the subscriber who is listening to this particular topic. So we have configured this Kafka topic here, and this is the method that will be sending the message with the payload that we have. So in our case, that payload is the like event, and yeah, so this is where the update call is happening, where it would update the uh, like status, whether the user has liked that particular post or not. So this is individually maintained for each user, and in the database we store only the data that for which the interaction has been made. So here we are creating one new like event and then setting whatever is the like status and then sending it the message. So this event would get listened in the pins microservices. So analytics MS is basically will be taking care of all the interactions that the user will do with the pin. So it is liking the post or commenting on the post. So we have configured that thing. And in pins MS, we are keeping all the pin related data, such as the title of the image itself in the binary form, the caption for the image, user who has uploaded the image, and the like count for that particular image. So when I mean that this is a we have enabled Kafka here. That means whenever this at the analytics MS service microservice, whenever this event is hit, and the publisher which is listening to this particular event, there something would happen. So let's see what we have kept. So basically, we are increasing or decreasing, updating the count for that particular pin ID. So count we are storing separately here, and all the interaction related information we are storing here in like analytics. So even if the user deactivates his account or something like that happen, we would still be having the data of the interactions that he has done. Um, and now let's So here is the consumer. It would be looking at the pin service and then finding it by the pin ID for the particular event, and then increase or decrease the like count, whatever on the basis of the status of that like. So, and then we have user microservices, which is storing, having the APIs related to the registering, logging, and all of those things. So it would be basically used when the user logs in or registers for the microservices on the platform, and it also has some fetch user. Uh, these are the APIs that are available. So if we take a look at the postman, uh, so the user will be sending a post call through this, and let's try. So this is a I have already configured one user by this username and email ID. So let's see what happens if we again try to submit. So we have this validation at the backend where it checks and tell us that the email ID is already being registered. So let's try to change it. So after this, okay, the username is already being taken. We have to change the username also. So this is from the backend side. We will register the user from the front end. Let me walk you through the application again. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So we have also configured Elasticsearch for using the search functionality. So it also provides us some fuzziness. So just in case a user does a search and some of the characters got misspelled, so at that time also it works very fine. So that is the beauty of Elasticsearch, that it is a powerful, a full text search experience, and it allows users to search pins even with typos or partial matches. So we will take a look at it when we go through the UI. Then I've also implemented Guava caching, which is an in-memory cache, in storing the pinboard related information. So whenever the user first logins, the uh, the pinboard that he has already created, he will be going through it the most of the time. So we have, at the first time of the call, we are storing that pinboard related information in a cache, and then reloading the data from fetching the data from that cache only, so that to avoid multiple DB hit calls. Yeah, and all of these services are registered with Consul for service dynamic service discovery and health checks, enabling client-side load balancing and graceful failover. So we have kept all the config values here in this key value config. So data related to the database, the DB that it is going to use, and other configurated details we have kept here. So as the user enters on the application, there is one splash screen that flashes. So this is our main application, the very first page that loads on. So since we have kept the pins API as an open endpoint, so the user is able to see, view all of these pins, and he will also be able to search for over the pins, over the content that is being there. So he can search for robots, or he can also search for the hashtags that is there. So all of these are working. And I mentioned that it also supports fuzziness. So what I mean by that is, even if the user enters few words wrong, the search enables it to find the very nearest match to it. So that is the beauty of using Elasticsearch. Let's take another example. Yeah, here also it is working fine. I misspelled the spelling of sustainable, but it is able to search for it. Okay, so each of these pins, in order to react with the pin, the user would need to log in and register here. We have some comments option also. So let's register. Okay, I've already have few users that are already there, but let's try to register for a new one. So let's name it as Ronnie 97, Ronnie at Gmail, then password. Let's click on send it. Okay, let's set this password. Now let's try to log in here. So since Ronnie is a new user, all of these likes are being showing as a empty heart, and the above that we are showing the like count that is there for that. So if a user like that particular post, the like count would increase, and this would also be turned to orange, showing that the user has liked that post. So above that, now we are getting some more options. One is create pin, another one is my pin boards. So let's first try to interact with the any of the posts. So here is the futuristic city. Does it think that future is AI driven and something related to that? So okay, there's a comment. Uh, let's do a comment. So listen, yes, but so here the comment is got added. Let's like this post also. So at that time, I told her that this liking of the post is being handled in the analytics MS. So see, whenever I'm making one call to this, whenever I'm doing one like event, uh, it is calling the update like analytics API, and from there it is increasing the count which is there in the MS in the real time. So here the count is being increased to 2. If I reduce it, it would also get reduced to 1. So even if I'm making call to the analytics MS API, but since pins in the pins microservices, we have one like consumer which is listening to that particular event, it is being able to do computations in the real time. So this is what that Apache Kafka enabled us is a distributed event streaming platform. So now let's try to create one pin. Let's upload one pin. So here it is asking for the title of the pin. Okay, let me first choose the image. Let's see what image do I have. Let's pick up this one. So this is Mount Kailash. Uh, Mount Kailash in China. Hashtag divine. Hashtag divine experience. So let's upload this pin. Pin uploaded successfully. Now let's go back to the MoodCanvas. Yeah, yeah. So here it is coming. So it is showing the username that is being uploaded by user Ironi. So if I do a search for it here, divine, yeah, it is coming. And yeah, we also have this my pin boards option. So if I go over here, it shows that no boards are created yet. So user can also save the pins that he sees in his pin board and create different pin boards uh, as per his choice. So let's try to create a pin board. Let's take this one. Okay, this one is Green City. So let's add it to the dashboard. So we don't have any pin board yet. So let's try to create sustainable development. Let's save it. Pin is added to the dashboard. Okay. Let's try to add one more, the solar farm. Add it to the dashboard. Okay. So now it is showing us that we have one pin board already available. So we can either choose this one or create a new one. We do have this option. So let's choose this one only. Click on save. This pin is also being added to the dashboard. Now let's over to the my pin boards. We have this one. Okay. So yeah, this is a pretty basic design, I think, to do some styling here. But anyhow, this pins are being shown here in this dashboard. So user also has the option to delete one of the pins, some of the pins if he doesn't require them. So let's delete this one. Yeah, it's working fine. So user can create multiple pin boards as he want. So let's create another one. Let's take this one. Now let's take this one. Here it is. Nature. Okay, this one is also being added. Let's add this one also. Let's add it to dashboard. This one. This is also got saved. Now let's head over to the notes. Yeah, this is also visible. So yeah, so for the my pin boards, I have talked to you about that we have implemented Guava caching here. So let's take a look over it. If we are here at MoodCanvas, okay, let's log in for a new user then. I have logged out. Let's log in back. And on the backend side, let's open Pinboard MS. Okay, here it will be showing us the logs that will be coming in real time. Let's log in for another user. So Guava cache is a in-memory cache. So let's log in here. Okay, so as soon as I head over to the My Pinboard section, here it has fetched these pinboards from the cache. But if I update the pinboards, let's suppose I delete this one. So the cache would get reload. It would get refreshed for that particular user since I've updated the data. And then again, whenever I will be heading over to the boards and then fetching the my pinboards related data, it would be fetching it from the cache. So yeah, here you can see it has fetched it from the cache. So yeah, that's pretty much. So yeah, MoodCanvas demonstrates a clean separation of concerns, scalable microservices communication, and an event-driven approach to analytics. I've emphasized uh, performance optimization like caching, asynchronous messaging, and distributed search, making the app robust enough to handle real-world production scenarios. So, and I'll be happy to dive deeper into any part of the architecture or code base. So you can do comment that part. Thanks.